Alright, so here's Pokemon Blue. Same thing we're going to do here is go through it, see where it's at, see what Pokemon I've got, what there's left to do, things like that. So, this time I'll start by saying when I started this one. So, Pokemon Blue. So I don't have an exact date for this one, but I started it in 2017. And again, I finished the story in 2024, so this one was even longer of a playthrough. Probably like 6.5 years. So that's that's an interesting playthrough. Didn't go too well, I guess. But I got there eventually. Where are we at? Okay, so you notice my character's name is Mazuki in this one, or Mizuki, however you want to say it, I guess. I usually go by Endar, but Mazuki is a character I made for a role-playing game when I was a kid. So I used to always name my different characters in Pokemon games different names because I wanted them to all have their own unique identity. Which I know is like kind of uncommon. A lot of people like to use the same exact name for all of the games so that all of the Pokemon have the same original trainer. But this is the way I was looking at it back then, and I do that now. I always stick with Endar or Endariel, whether it's a male or female character is how I do it. But here we are, I've got all the badges. A lot less playtime in this one, but I did still use this save file for Ditto hunting as well. Let's take a look at the Pokédex, see what's going on there. So a lot less owned, only 60 instead of, I think it was 100. Starters, evolutions, probably all the red exclusives are ones. So I do have the Sandshrew on this one, and I gotta trade to the other one at some point. The typical evolutions. Something here. It's probably a red exclusive. Mankey might be, Growlithe might be, Poliwag, I'm not even sure. Trade exclusives, those ones. Magnemite, I wonder if that's a red exclusive. I'm not sure. Seal? I think that one is. Shelder? Maybe. That's probably just fishing I gotta do. Onyx, that's just kind of rare, I think. Something here. Number 98 and 99. So on this one I chose Hitmonlee. So I made sure to, choose a different one for each save, or each game. Don't have the Chansey yet, that's a rare one. Tangela, don't have it in this one either, so that's interesting. It's in one of these games at least. Horsey, okay. Mr. Mime, I think again, trade. These are all kind of the same ones. I do have Magmar in this one, which I didn't have in the other one. Got the Gyarados in this one. Did not evolve an Eevee. So definitely just missing more Pokemon in this game. Didn't play it as much. Okay, let's take a look at the Pokemon League. See what my story team was. Golem, nice, classic. Blastoise, okay, so Squirtle was the starter. Nidoking, nice, very nice. I think that's why I decided not to use Nidorino in the other one, because I already had Nidoking further along in this game, and I didn't want to double up. Basically, one thing I try to do is I always use a Pokemon from that generation that's like new to that area. So in this, obviously Gen 1, it's just whatever's in the game. But like, let's say I'm playing Gen 2 and I'm playing Gold. I'm gonna use Gen 2 Pokemon. I'm not gonna use Gen 1 Pokemon. Is what I've been doing. Eventually, and sometimes I'll mix in one Pokemon or something, but typically that's what I try to do so that I get a different experience and I can experience the new Pokemon and the Pokemon where that's their original region, so I just find that interesting. But anyways, I try not to double up either, so I don't want to use Nidorino and Nidoking on two different playthroughs when there are so many other Gen 1 Pokemon I have not had on my teams yet, Okay, continuing on. Okay, so I used the traded Farfetch'd on this team, Ducks. think he was mainly for flying. You can see the levels were a bit low on some of them. Gyarados. Hitmonlee. So that's interesting. And this is Pokemon I train. That's Hall of Fame too. We don't need to worry about that. Okay, let's take a look at the... Oh wait, I do party Pokemon first. Oh, it's just 2 of the ones from my team. So the Hitmonlee... I mean, I think you get them at level 30, so didn't even really get too far with that one. Flying Cut, that's why I've got the Farfetch'd. Yep, Trainer, so that's a trade Pokemon. Yeah, I've only used the trade Pokemon, I think, just a couple times, including this. And one of them's not even done yet, the playthrough that I'm using on, so that's fun. Okay. Alright, a lot less to look through on this one. Alright, nothing too crazy there, just early Pokemon. As to be expected from box 1. Okay, Nidoran, Male. Marowak. There's the Magmar. Okay, nothing too crazy there. So there's a space here. What's in here? So this looks like Unknown Dungeon Pokemon. Yeah. Here's one of the Snorlaxes. There's a Ditto. This might be the Magikarp for 500 Pokédollars. And there's my Ditto Hunter right here. Very nice. You're probably wondering what the Ditto hunting is about. Well, maybe, but yeah, I'll reveal that when we get to the Ditto itself. I suppose there could be Pokemon at the daycare, but I'm not going to go there for each game because I suspect there isn't anything special there. I don't just leave my special Pokemon in the daycare. Here's the Lapras, it's one of the kind in this game. And the Eevee, same deal. Did not evolve this one, or even train it. And then we've got the Glitch Mew. And then we got the other Snorlax. So I don't even have the legendary birds in this game. I'm just gonna double check that I did go through box 11. I think I did. Yeah, okay. So yeah, not as much to show in this one. I'm not as far along. And it doesn't even have my trainer name. This is a very old save, so I'm not even sure I'll 100% this one. I might just do another blue playthrough. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. Where are we? Celadon. Okay. Yeah. So that's blue version.